On the 1st of May, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway wakens to the sound of roaring engines. Many people living in the shadow of the track have heard these sounds since childhood. But only a few living men can remember that first long-ago day when a race driver, a car builder, and mechanic sought to put their car in the winner's circle. For half a century, higher speed with greater durability has been the constant, never-ending challenge. Within the past year, the speed of a qualifying lap has been pushed to over 150 miles per hour, thereby producing conflicting concepts as to what car design, what engine, fuel, and tire combinations will produce the design for a winner. The well-proven features of the Indianapolis Roadster, powered by a Meyer-Drake four-cylinder engine, still seem best to most car builders, but other new cars express the individuality of the designers. All different, many of them radical in concept, but all potential winners until proven otherwise. Answers to some of the questions about chassis design come long before race day. Can this car be repaired in time? Could it still cross the line first on Memorial Day? This Lotus creation definitely will not win the Indianapolis 500. As Dan Gurney climbs out of the wreckage, he's thankful that he has a spare car prepared for just such a mishap. What then is the design for a winner? Men have spent thousands of hours of thought and work in the preparation of every car. Brave, skilled drivers will test them in the fury of the race. Which car, which team, which concept of a winner will prove itself on Memorial Day? Straightaway, bagpipers play on the first day of qualification, and behind them marches the strangest Scotsman ever seen. Eddie Sachs is a showman, but he is also a race driver. He knows he'll have to qualify at a speed of more than 150 miles per hour to be among the leaders. Jim McElreath, the sensational rookie of 1962, is the first driver to make the 10-mile qualifying run. 149 plus miles per hour is fast, but wind, the enemy of all race drivers, buffets the straightaways in dangerous gusts. Parnell Jones takes his turn. Fastest man on the track in practice, he braves the wind and turns 151.153 miles per hour. It's a new qualifying record and evidence that the traditional Indianapolis race car will be hard to beat. Jim Clark of Scotland is on the track in a Lotus, a car with engine in the rear, fashioned after European road racing cars. One of the most radical designs to be introduced at the Speedway, it qualifies easily at a speed of 149.75 miles per hour. Lynn Sutton, second place in last year's 500, fails to reach the hot pace. His anxious crew yellow flags the qualification attempt, hoping for better conditions. But Don Branson, one of racing's greatest qualifiers, produces second best time of the day with 150.188 miles per hour. Following him onto the track is Jim Hurtubise in the famous Novi supercharged V8. Proving the most powerful cars at the Speedway, the Novis have thrilled the fans for many years, but bad luck has plagued them. Now, Jim Hurtubise breaks the spell with a qualification speed of 150.257 miles per hour. Veteran mechanic Gene Marcinak is nearly overcome with elation, and Jim Hurtubise is ready for the race. Veteran driver Roger Ward has driven the 500 12 times and has 2 wins, 1 second, and a third to his credit. The 42-year-old professor of racing shows the rookies how to take 4 smooth laps at high speed. He qualifies with the fastest speed of his career, 149.80 miles per hour. Drivers strain to build speed in practice sessions. Jack Turner is not seriously injured, but it's the 3rd time in as many years his car has been airborne. From his hospital bed, he prudently announces his retirement from racing. As speeds go up, crowds increase, proving the universal popularity of auto racing. '61 winner A.J. Foyt breaks into the exclusive 150-mile-an-hour club. Eddie Sachs stops clowning long enough to put his foot on the throttle and qualify at 149.570 miles an hour. Not quite the speed he wanted, but Eddie Sachs is in the show. Dan Gurney climbs into his second Lotus. Utilizing the driving skill that made him famous on the Grand Prix circuits of the world, he qualifies at 149.019 miles per hour. Chief Steward Harlan Fingler gives last-minute instructions to Chuck Hulse, one of the most promising drivers of the year. Hulse cranks out 3 fast laps, and his excited crew waves him on to a qualifying speed of 149.340 miles per hour, faster than he's ever driven in his life. A rocky romance develops between veteran Dwayne Carter and a new little car. In quick succession, he spins on turn 1. Then in turn 2. Blows an engine. And finally catches on fire. But his affection for Mickey Thompson's knee-high design wins over all obstacles. While others laugh at the fat little wheels and flat top, the 50-year-old grandfather scoots it around the track like a roller skate. He qualifies at 148.002 miles per hour. The little wheels have done their job, and it's Dwayne Carter's turn to smile. On Monday, Lynn Sutton's car looks like this. On Tuesday, it looks like this. Sad and unbelieving, he circles the car, wondering which looks worse. Is it the front end, or is it the rear? On Wednesday, Sutton has company. Dempsey Wilson joins the club on turn 1. And on Friday, while practice is hot and heavy, rookie Ronnie Newman pays another visit to the wall. It's his third crash in the same turn, a monotonous routine for a young driver. Bob Harkey tries it backwards, also on turn 1. Then rookie Bobby Unser delights his pit crew by topping 149 miles per hour, and the second Novi is in the field. Unser, many-time winner of the Pikes Peak Hill Climb, proves that a mountain boy can drive this fast track, too. The third Novi is on the track. It's hot-rodded into the field by drag strip star Art Malone at more than 148 miles per hour. Lynn Sutton tries. Oh, how hard he tries, but last year's second-place winner can't get up to speed. Eb Rose of Houston, Texas, once qualified and then bumped, tries another car and wins the last spot in the starting field. This successful bid ends qualifying for the 1963 500. The first part is over. The stage is set. Race day will prove the design for a winner. The hearts of 300,000 spectators beat a little faster as 33 cars are pushed into position on the track. It's countdown time. What combination of design and driver will be in front at the end of the race? What man and machine will be in front 500 miles from now? The pace car brings the field up to starting speed. Drivers maintain their positions. 3 cars to a row, 11 rows deep. car pulls off the track, and the green flag is out. Parnell Jones leaps into the lead. On the backstretch, Jim Hurtubise takes the lead. The crowd roars, but Novi is in front. Parnell Jones pulls even with Jim Hurtubise on the back straightaway, passes him on the turns, and regains the lead in the second lap. Bobby Unser finds trouble in turn one. His car is against the wall. The caution flag warns drivers to slow down as the emergency crews clean the track. For Bobby Unser and his Novi, the race lasted only a minute and a half. The field comes around again, and another car is missing. Art Malone can't get the second Novi in gear. The field begins to spread out, with Parnell Jones steadily pulling away from the rest of the pack. Parnell Jones is really charging. No one can stay with him. Alan Crow loses a wheel in turn one. And Jim McElreath and Bobby Marshman spin in the pits. A near catastrophe, but no harm done. Marshman's crew pushes the car back into his pit. Now Parnell rushes into his first pit stop. Time is critical, for he must make 3 pit stops. In exactly 22 seconds, his crew replaces 3 tires and refuels the car. Parnell gets new goggles, drink of water, and a clean windshield. He's off and back to the race. Roger Ward's crew tries to match the lightning speed with which Parnell Jones was serviced. 1 tire off, 2 tires off. The wheels are hammered tight. And Ward speeds back to the race. While the big Indianapolis roadsters have had to stop for tires and fuel, Jim Clark in his lightweight Lotus has grabbed the lead. But now he must make his single-planned pit stop of the day. The tiny car can run half the race on one set of tires and load of fuel. Will this important advantage be enough to win? At the halfway point of the race, the crowd behind the Novi pits senses trouble again. A serious oil leak eliminates the last Novi. Jim Hurtubise climbs out of the car. The dejected Novi team knows it's all over for another year. Once again, Jim McElreath spins in the pits. But now, going faster than all others, Parnell Jones has regained the lead from Jim Clark. In the 126th lap, Parnell makes another pit stop. In these stops, he must be the fastest on the track to stay ahead. Mobile technicians have been working with the crew all month. They've blended a special fuel designed to give the power needed to average more than 150 miles per hour. The design is working. The power is there. With quick pit work by the crew and extra power under the throttle, Parnell is still in the lead as he returns to the track. The blistering pace increases. More and more drivers are showing the strain. The Speedway's Safety Patrol finds that driver Lloyd Ruby has escaped injury, but his car is all through. The 13th entrant to lead the race, Lloyd Ruby now takes the long, lonely walk back to the pits. Dwayne Carter's little rear-engine car has gone as far as it can. He coasts into the infield with the engine in pieces. A gallant try by a veteran driver. Parnell's hot pace just won't quit. Pit crews signal their drivers that they must go faster, faster to stay in this race. Jim Clark, in a solid second place, maintains his steady speed. Now, with only 38 laps to go, Parnell makes his last pit stop. Parnell comes in fast, almost too fast, for Clark is gaining on him every second he remains in the pits. Parnell blasts back to the race, for Jim Clark is hurtling down the main straight, hoping to pass him. Parnell holds his lead, but Eddie Sachs interrupts the duel of the leaders as he spins out and hits the inside rail. But Eddie Sachs is not out of the race. He gets a restart. Parnell is just 4.5 seconds ahead of the smooth-driving Clark. Parnell's crew frantically calls for even more speed. He pours on the coal, but Clark stays close behind him. The speeds grow frantic. And Eddie Sachs crashes for the second time, losing a wheel. Another hazard for tired drivers. Parnell dives low in the turn to miss the wrecked car. Then Parnell Jones takes the white flag. 1 lap to go. But Roger McCluskey in third place makes a desperate bid to improve his position on this 199th lap. McCluskey spins. He will not finish this race. But Parnell Jones finishes the 500-mile ordeal in 3 hours and 29 minutes. Victory and riches await Parnell Jones, who has won the fastest Indianapolis 500-mile race ever run. What is the design that produced this great winner? Was it his superb driving? Was it the engineering know-how that gave him that extra power and speed? Or was it the teamwork that rushed him through each pit stop in record time? Right now, Parnell doesn't know, nor does the crowd. They only know they have found a new champion of speed. Scotsman Jim Clark's Lotus captures second place. Former winner A.J. Foyt is close behind in third. And Eddie Sachs makes it across the finish line with one wheel. Parnell Jones takes the triumphant tour. He's the man who proved the design for a winner.